With the recent release of My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 6 and a bunch of players rolling in again, both new and old, I thought there would be no better time to release an all-encompassing guide. I used to be pretty bad at this game, but with each season I've been getting better and better, so I wanted to share some advice that could help you get better too. My peak rank on the leaderboard in Season 5 was top 75. It's technically like top 58, but I don't have that screenshot, so you get 75. In this guide, I'll be going from basic mechanics to advanced tips to help you win more matches. I'll also be going over Assault Deku tips specifically at the end of the video, so if you're interested in that, stick around. There will be timestamps in the description if there's a topic you're more interested in, but I advise you to watch through the whole thing in case there's some tips you don't know about. The first thing I'll be going over is the item boxes. There are the normal red item boxes, which have a chance of dropping health, shield, different type cards, small and medium bags, and revive cards, although the chance to revive cards is low. Gold chests will drop large health and shields, medium and large bags, full team heals, rainbow cards, and revive cards, although the chance for revive cards is also low. Large chests will drop an assortment of large health and shields, rainbow cards, and bags. However, a large chest will also always be guaranteed to drop a full revive card and a team enhancement kit. Saving civilians will always drop one revive card and either a team shield or a team HP heal. You can find civilians lying around on both maps, but on the USJ, if you destroy the buildings, you can find a civilian in it, or on the UA Island map, if you destroy these boxes, you can find a civilian there too. Now that we have these items, the easiest way to access them is by holding forward to do your utility wheel. This is way better than just hitting your inventory key, because it'll tell you exactly how many of each item you have and the wheel always stays the same. So over time, you'll familiarize yourself with the placement of each healing item and be able to pop out a heal as quickly as possible. And for a better understanding of each item, here are details of exactly how much it heals and how long it takes. A small HP drink takes 3 seconds and recovers 100 health. A large HP drink takes 6 seconds and recovers your entire health. Team HP drink takes 6 seconds and recovers 200 health for your entire team. Small shield takes 3 seconds and recovers 63 shield. Large shield takes 6 seconds and recovers your entire shield. Team shield takes 6 seconds and recovers 200 shield for your entire team. A team heal takes about 7.5 seconds and recovers 200 health and 200 shield. Additionally, regarding all team heals, if you're missing a teammate, the heal will actually give you more health and shield. This is because normally team heals will split a pool of 600 heals evenly to your teammates, giving 200 each. But when you're down a teammate, there's extra heals left in the full pool, so it'll get added to you and your other teammate instead. And lastly, finishing a downed opponent will give you full shield back. So you can do this whenever you're in a safe position, and you can get full shield without having to use any items. But be careful, because sometimes you can get caught lacking. Now a quick tip on team heals. If you're in a safe position or a position to get away, you'll try to use one as soon as one of your teammates' shields goes away. The time to kill in this game can be very quick, so this is usually a good point to decide to use it. But this can also depend on other variables, like how many people are targeting your teammate at once, or how good your teammate's character is at escaping. So just try to keep an eye out on your team. When in doubt, don't be afraid to use a team heal, or you could be down a teammate. Speaking of which, if you're playing on your own, it's important to make sure that you and your team are on the same page. Even without team chat, there are ways to ensure effective communication with your teammates. By holding the middle mouse click, a wheel of different markers will appear. The most important marker is the danger marker, which you can also do by quickly clicking the middle mouse click twice. You'll use this to ping whenever you see a nearby enemy, so your teammates will have the heads up that it may be time to fight. You can also mark items by clicking on them with middle mouse click, in case you want to give your teammates a specific type of card or revive cards. And regarding heals again, while on your item wheel, if you're using a team heal, you can use middle mouse click to request for that item. While your character's voice line is them asking for an item, it's actually commonly used as an indicator to your teammates that you will be using a team heal. That way your teammates can adjust and fight accordingly, knowing that they soon will get restocked with shield and HP. Now that you have a good understanding of the items and communications in the game, let's go over the actual gameplay. First, we'll be going over movement. Understanding your character's movement is one of the most important factors of the game. Movement can help you lock down kills and help you get away from dangerous situations. Some characters don't have very good movement in their kit, so you can compensate for it by using rapid cards. However, something that all characters can do is jump and sprint. The combination of these two in the middle of a fight will greatly increase your chances of survival by making it harder for your opponent to hit you. As you can see, if I just run normally, I'm a much slower target and I'm way easier to hit. However, with sprint jumping, I'm both faster and I have to make my opponent aim vertically. However, even with these tactics in play, in some fights you're just statistically not in favor of winning. This is due to character matchups. Due to the variety of different skill kits in the game, some characters have a massive advantage over others. Take Shigaraki and Rapid Bakugo for example. With how Shigaraki's attacks are completely dependent on the opponent to be touching the ground, and how Bakugo rarely ever has to touch the ground, the chances of Shigaraki winning are extremely low. To counteract this, try to think about how the character you play will fare against another character's abilities. If you think the matchup is not in your favor, that's what you have your teammates for. Try to let your teammates take on the opponents that are a hassle for you, and instead fight someone else on the enemy's team that better suits you. You won't always be able to freely select who you're fighting, but try to keep note of the concept of matchups in your games. Also, it's important to stay close to your teammates as much as you can. Some characters can create combos that result in a very quick death, so you want to avoid this happening to your teammates by keeping some of the pressure off of them, or you can help your teammates enact that combo death onto others. Another quick tip for fights is to be careful of invincibility frames. Invincibility frames are when the character flashes white and they cannot be damaged by any attacks. This usually occurs from knockdowns or grabs, so you normally want to save your attacks and don't waste them while your opponent is invincible. And now for this game's comeback mechanic, Plus Ultra. Your Plus Ultra meter will increase when your teammates die and when you take damage to give you a fighting chance against other teams. Plus Ultra will give you invincibility during its activation, as well as restore your shield and increase your quirk levels beyond its maximum cap of level 9. This means you'll be dealing the most damage you can from quirk levels alone. It's good to use Plus Ultra right as your shield breaks to instantly restore it and prevent you from losing green health, as Plus Ultra does not restore that. And because of how quickly you can die, it's best to use it while you can instead of trying to save it and dying. Having a better understanding of how to handle fights on your own and with your team is great, but something I think is even more important is positioning. Your team's position can make or break a win in your match. For example, a common issue in every single Battle Royale game is third partying. If you don't know what this is, third partying is when another team attacks you while you and another team are already busy fighting or just finished a fight. This will lead to you having very low resources, and the third partying team will have a much greater chance of winning the fight. Now, you can't always avoid being a victim of third partying, but I can tell you how to decrease the chances of it happening to you and help you do it to other teams. The first step is understanding when you and your team should take a fight. A fight out in the middle of the open will leave you very susceptible to another team seeing the commotion and running over. Along with that, you'll have no cover due to the space open, which leaves you vulnerable to attacks and no chances to start recovering your health. Also, if you finish a fight with a team, you should loot as quickly as possible and heal behind cover, in case another team is nearby so you don't get caught out mid-heal. To find a situation where you can become the third party, you can gain a height advantage by climbing buildings or high vantage points to look around for a team fighting. You can also try to listen for where attacks are coming from and check out the area, but be wary of getting too close. And if you ever get into a scenario where you're fighting multiple teams at once, you and your team should try to get on the outskirts of that fight as much as possible. Fighting in the center can result in the other teams targeting your team and catching a lot of stray damage. But if you fight on the outside of the commotion, you can get your attacks off while minimizing the risk of damage to yourself and your team, as well as giving you the option to run away if need be. And that's about all I have for the general tips. I hope you came out with a better understanding of the game that'll lead you to get more wins in your games. Now, since I'm a one-trick assault Deku main, I'll be giving out specific Deku tips for anyone out there who's curious, although some of these tips may still be able to be applied to other situations or characters in the game. Deku is the first character you start with, so everyone should be able to use these tips if they want. Assault Deku is a very standard and well-rounded character. His alphas are simple projectiles, he has a close range melee attack, and a traverse ability to help with his mobility. When I play Deku, I normally upgrade his alpha to level 9 first, then his gamma, then his beta. Since Deku's main attack is projectile based, the capability of your aim will heavily correlate to the success you find with this character. The only tip I can give you regarding that, besides aim training obviously, is to be patient with your shots. Be confident that your crosshair is on your opponent when you click your mouse. It's better to fire only 4 shots off that all hit in a longer time frame than firing off all 8 shots immediately and landing none of them. I sometimes have a lot of difficulty hitting my kicks. If you watch my videos, you'd be very familiar with that, due to the auto tracking it has. But one way to have your kick always be useful is for mobility, since it can send you into the air and you gain distance and speed quickly. When running away, I'll normally start with this move first due to the quick acceleration, since Black Whip has a long startup time where you'll stay in the same spot for a little bit and your opponent can just shoot you easily. Another way to utilize the kick is by timing it on an opponent's wake up after they get knocked down so you can get easy free damage in. And with Black Whip, most people use it for mobility only, but it's also a great tool to yoink your opponent. It can get off a lot of free damage with either your alphas or your kick. It can be difficult to land, but don't get discouraged. The more you try using it, the better you'll get with it, even if that means embarrassingly missing from time to time. So yeah, that's it for this guide. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I hope everyone learned something and I might see you in the lobbies. Good luck to everyone this season.